Love Again is the 2023 American remake of the 2016 German film SMS for Dich, which itself is based on a novel by Sofie Cramer. The film features Priyanka Chopra Jonas, Sam Heughan, and Celine Dion in her acting debut, portraying a fictionalized version of herself. The story revolves around Mira Ray, played by Priyanka Chopra, dealing with her fiancé's passing. She accidentally sends romantic messages to his old phone, now owned by journalist Rob Burns, Sam Heughan's character. When assigned to write a feature on Celine Dion, Rob seeks Celine's assistance to meet Mira in person. I'm not a huge fan of romantic comedies, but I'm not opposed to them either. If the blend of humor and romance is well done and balanced, then I'm open to enjoying romantic comedies. I looked up people's opinion on the movie on YouTube and was surprised to find only a few discussions. Maybe it went unnoticed by them, or perhaps it didn't meet their standards for review. I have to admit, I might have passed on it too if it wasn't for Priyanka Chopra's involvement. Seeing that she was in the film caught my interest, especially since I had previously watched another Indian movie, Gunde Jari Galatainde, with a similar concept that was executed quite effectively. Although the stories aren't identical, the premise is alike. Still, I chose to give this movie a shot, primarily because of Priyanka Chopra's presence. In my opinion, the main drawback of the film revolves around the shallow character development and the lack of chemistry between Priyanka Chopra and Sam Heughan. The characters fail to make a lasting impression, fading from memory soon after the movie ends. The attempted humor in the romantic comedy falls flat, failing to elicit even a single chuckle from me. Right from the start, Mira Ray's fiancé's sudden demise disconnects us from forming a genuine bond with the couple. The film never delves into their relationship, and the accident itself is merely implied through background sounds, with the camera fixated on Priyanka Chopra's lifeless expression. This approach deprives the audience of truly sharing in Mira Ray's grief. In the movie, Sam Heughan's character, Rob Burns, holds a deep skepticism towards love. This skepticism changes when he reads romantic messages from Mira Ray. Unfortunately, the film doesn't let us share in this transformative experience with it. Rob explains that his distrust of love stems from his ex-fiancée getting cold feet and leaving him a week prior to their wedding. However, the movie fails to provide us a chance to understand their relationship or sympathize with his ex-fiancée's perspective. We are left without insight into her as a person, whether she genuinely cared for him, took advantage of him, or had valid reasons for her actions. This absence of context leaves a gap in the narrative. I find myself puzzled by the dynamics between Mira Ray and Rob Burns. It's intriguing how Mira, despite still grieving her late fiancé, becomes drawn to Rob after their initial meeting. I can't quite grasp why this shift occurs, especially since Rob doesn't appear to have said or done anything particularly captivating. Curiously, their relationship seems to unfold without a clear rationale, much like other events in the film. I'm left wondering why Rob becomes engrossed in SMS quotes from an unknown sender. Equally baffling is why the intern's job hinges on Mira producing a positive outlook for her children's book, and why the intern seems to accept this without raising any questions. It's perplexing that Celine Dion, a famous figure, takes an interest in conversing with Rob, a complete stranger, despite his initial preoccupation with Mira's text over their interview. Additionally, I'm unsure when it was established that Mira and Rob share a passion for basketball, and how this seemingly leads to a more intimate relationship between them. These instances barely scratch the surface of the inexplicable occurrences that transpire in the film, all without a clear underlying rationale. As a viewer, I find myself compelled to simply accept these happenings in order to advance the plot. Mira's sister seems to only serve as a plot device to move the story forward, lacking any reliable traits. As for Rob's office friends, they appear superfluous with no significant influence on the relationship between Mira and Rob Burns. Even the conflict arising from Mira discovering the text messages is swiftly resolved through a blog post by Rob expressing his love, which Mira's sister reads to her. I really enjoyed seeing Nick Jonas make a cameo as Joel in the movie. For those of you who don't know, he's Priyanka Chopra's husband in real life. I thought his presence was quite powerful, and the chemistry between him and Priyanka was more captivating in those 5 minutes than her entire on-screen relationship with Sam Heughan's character. It got me thinking that the movie might have been better if it focused on their relationship instead. Alternatively, casting Nick Jonas as the male lead instead of Sam Heughan could have made the film more appealing to a global audience and added to its overall allure. The soundtrack was also a definite highlight for me. In my opinion, this movie isn't really my cup of tea. However, I can understand how it might catch the interest of those looking for a casual romantic comedy to enjoy and pass the time. While it's not a standout choice among romantic comedies, it's not the absolute worst either. Personally, I wouldn't necessarily suggest it, but if you are a fan of this genre, it might be worth giving it a shot. Your perspective on this film might turn out to be more positive than mine.
She would never listen. All the alcohol is in my liver. I guess I lost and you're the winner. Missing your touch, you were a good kisser. I was born a saint, but now I'm a sinner. All